I love having a lot of books to choose from on my TBR, but over the years it's gotten a little out of hand, and books that I was hyped for when I added them end up sitting there for years and years and years. So this year I'm challenging myself to finally get to the oldest books on my TBR in a game that I'm calling Backlist Bash. Hello and welcome to the next round of Backlist Bash. Tony also says hello. If you're new here, I will leave the playlist to the previous episodes linked down below. Episode 1 is where you'll find all of the rules and how the point system works and that kind of thing. I'm very excited for this episode because we are starting fresh with a brand new year. I finished off all the books that were added to my TBR in 2019, so now it's time to start into the books that were added in 2020, which gives me a whole bunch of options. I think I counted 22 options, I'm pretty sure. I've got some Brandon Sanderson, some VE Schwab, some Mira Grant, a whole bunch of great authors that I'm so excited to get to. This round, I'm going to do a bit differently and see how I like it. The ways that I've been doing it the last 2 episodes is I just take aside a solid 2 weeks out of the month and dedicate that solely to Backlist Bash. And I feel like if I continue that, I'm going to get burnt out and I want to continue this project for the long haul. So I think what I'm going to do instead is just at the start of the month, whenever the mood strikes over the course of the month, pick up a book, vlog as I go along whenever I happen to pick up a book for this project. And the goal is to get through 5 books per episode. So that's how we're going to do it for this round. So we're currently at the beginning of April and I've actually already started my first book for this. I am going to be reading Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. This has been on my TBR since I think about June of 2020, and I just recently found it at a thrift store for $1.50 in this pretty much perfect condition. So I got very lucky finding it for super cheap, and now that I own it, it's a great time to pick it up. So currently I'm on page 54, just getting started and already loving it. I've been in the mood to cry at books recently, so TJ Klune is a great option for that. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this one goes. And then aside from this one, I'm not really sure what else the plan is. So the oldest book on my TBR currently is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. And this project at some point is going to force me to finally pick up that very daunting book. It's daunting because there are so many books in that series that is a huge undertaking. And I do want to read it because it sounds fantastic, but it's such a long series. Oh my god. So I'm kind of scared of that book, but this project will prompt me to pick it up eventually, because with it being the oldest book on my TBR, it's currently the book that will get me the highest amount of points. So if I want those high points, I have to read that book. So I'll see what I can do. That one will be a maybe. I also currently have out the audiobook and ebook of Empire Sand by Tasha Suri, which is the second oldest book on my TBR. I've heard incredible things about that one, so I don't know if I'll have the bandwidth to do both of those books this month because they're both pretty heavy fantasy, but I'm hoping to do at least one of those ones, so we'll see what I pick. Yeah, I really have no idea what the plan is right now in terms of a TBR, so we'll just kind of pick as we go along and see where this project takes us. Hello, how we doing? It's been far too long since I have done an update for this vlog. My bad. Can you stop moving? I also just haven't really read a whole lot for this vlog so far. I've been reading a lot in general, just not a lot for this vlog. My bad. But I did finally, at long last, finish Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. I forget what I rated it. I finished this maybe like 3 or 4 days ago. I just haven't updated because I've been very tired from working a lot. I'm pretty sure I gave it 5 stars. I'm like
95% sure that this was 5 stars. If it wasn't 5 stars, then it was a 4.5 star. This book made me bawl my fucking eyes out. Like, uncontrollably sobbing. This broke my heart, shattered my soul, stomped it to pieces, and I had a great time with it. So I loved this so much. It did take me a bit to get into the story, but once I was in it, ooh, I was in it, and it was not letting me go. This was so good. Which, like, I knew it was gonna be because I love this author, and I've like literally every one of his books that I've read have made me bawl my eyes out. This was no exception. Oh, this was so good. I can't say much about it because all of my feelings towards it have to do with spoilers, and I obviously don't want to spoil things, but yeah, that's all that I can say about it. I don't know how to talk about it without being spoilery, so I'm just going to not, but just trust and believe that this made me feel so many wonderful, beautiful things, and it was great. But now that I finished this one, it is time to move on to something else. So currently I have out the audiobook for Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri. So I think I'm going to try that one tonight. I'm not sure if I'm in the mood for a high fantasy right now, so I might put this one aside and pick something else instead, because I'm very much in the mood for lighter romance focused things right now. So I'll try this one tonight and see how I vibe with it, and then if not, then I'll pick something else. No clue what yet. I'll have to go through my list of possibilities and see which ones might fit the mood better, but I'm gonna go start that right now and see how I feel about it. Hi again, how you doing? It's Saturday, what is it, the 19th, I think? Getting close to the end of the month here. I'm currently reading 2 things for Backlist Bash right now, so I did start Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri. I'm roughly 30% into it right now and loving it. Oh, it is so good. I love the writing. It's so beautiful. It's the kind of writing where I can really easily picture everything around me. It has this lush atmosphere to it. The characters are really interesting. I'm really intrigued by the magic system as well, and we're just getting into some politics stuff that's also really interesting, so having a good time with this one so far. It's pretty long, so I doubt I'll finish it today, but I'm hoping I'll finish it by tomorrow. I have 4 days off from work right now, and I'm really happy about it. This is day 3 of 4, so I'm basically just going to be on the couch reading all day, and I'm so happy about that. It's a beautiful, gloomy, rainy day, and I just want to be on the couch with some tea. That is my plans immediately after this. And then I've also started over audio the Strangeworld's travel agency, which was added to my TBR, I think in like, I want to say November of 2020. This one is a middle grade portal fantasy about this kid who just moves to this new town and stumbles across this travel agency where she learns that she actually has magic, and she is invited to be a travel agent. But this shop is full of a whole bunch of really interesting suitcases, and each suitcase is to a different world. It's really fun so far. I'm really iffy on middle grade. I often don't like it just because I don't like children. I find them to be really annoying. But this one is actually working out really well for me, and I'm having a great time with it so far. I'm a bit more than halfway through, and it's really short, so I'll probably finish it today. I think I have about an hour and a half left in the audiobook. But yeah, really short update, but those are the updates for the time being, so I'll check back in once I have finished something. First of all, look at Tony. Just so comfy over there. Hi, how you doing? I forgot to update this for a little bit too long. My bad. It's currently the 29th, so we have 2 days left of the month. But I do have some updates. So last we spoke, I was in the middle of Empire of Sand and the Strangeworld travel agency. I have finished both of those ones. Empire of Sand, I gave 4 stars. I loved this book. Oh man, it was so good. Politics were so cool. The magic was so interesting. Oh, I loved the magic in here. It's like dream gods that are angry, and their anger manifests as nightmare demon creatures. so cool. I liked the romance mostly. I found the romance to be a little dramatic sometimes, and that's kind of where my enjoyment came down a little bit. But for the most part, I did like the relationship between the two main characters. I liked their discussions on consent and how those boundaries were very important to both of them. This was such an interesting and well-written book. I really can't wait to read the sequel now. I was a little hesitant on it at first. It took me maybe like 20-ish% to get into it. But once I was into it, I was in it. And then with the Strangeworld's travel agency, I think, what did I give that one? I think a 3.5 star. I'm pretty sure it was. The main character is, I think, 12, and she was actually not annoying, which was shocking. I love portal fantasy, so this book was right up my alley, and it was a great time. I loved all of the different worlds that we got to see, all of the cool creatures. I think if you like the Up and Under series by A. Deborah Baker, I think it is, or Deborah A. Baker, whatever it is. It's the spinoff from Middle Game from Charlotte McGuire. If you like that series, you would love this. It has a very similar, whimsical, almost nonsensical vibe to it. And yeah, it was a delightful read. Also, one of the main characters is trans, and that was really nice to see as well, especially in a middle grade book. I feel like, at least I personally don't see that very often. So that was a nice surprise. And now the final book for Backlist Bash for this month is going to be The Archived by VE Schwab. This is a bind up of both books in the series, so it's quite chunky, but only about half of it is the first book. So this is the first book here. I'm roughly halfway through it. I'm currently on page 162. This is good so far, but definitely not my favorite VE Schwab. VE Schwab is probably my favorite author of all time. I've loved all of their books, but this one is good. It's interesting. It's just not my favorite. It's definitely a product of its time. This book was released, I think, in 2013, and it showed. Just in terms of like some of the language that's used, the main character's friend that she meets is a dude that wears eyeliner, and that is a point of conversation multiple times, and like it's really not that big of a deal. But there's just that kind of like judgy air to the main character when she talks about this guy wearing eyeliner, or guyliner, of course, as it's called. And yeah, it just kind of has that like that very judgmental sort of vibe to it. Other than that, I am very much enjoying this one. I think the world is really interesting. I like the whole idea of the archives and like ghosts being returned to the archives as though they were books. I think that's really interesting. So having a good time with this one. Just not like the best time ever, but still good enough to continue on. I'm hoping to finish this one tonight after work, but it'll probably be done tomorrow. We'll see. But that's the update there. Probably not gonna hit my 10 points because I would have to finish this book plus a whole other book to hit 10 points. So no prizes this month, but that's okay. That's my own fault for being slow with reading. Well, not slow with reading. I've read like almost 20 books this month, so I've read a lot, but I haven't read that much for Backlist Bash. Anyways, I'm gonna go and tuck into that book until I have to leave for work, and then I will check in today or tomorrow. To the last day of the month and the last day of Backlist Bash. I have finished The Archived by VE Schwab, and I am gonna give this a 3.5 star. I liked it in some ways. I did not like it in other ways. I was probably saying in the last clip that this is very 2013. This is 2013 in the way that I assumed Daughter of Smoke and Bone was going to be. This did what I thought that book was going to in some ways. Again, parts of it were great. I really liked the magic system and like the whole world with the library and the archive thing. That was super cool. I loved that bit of it, but it was very 2013 in the way that it talks about the one dude's eyeliner every time that he's on page, and how they have to mention that the one lady is morbidly obese every time that she's on page or even mentioned. It's just little things like that where it's like, ooh, I don't like that. It's very much of that era. So not my favorite thing, but I will still read book 2. And yeah, this is definitely my lowest rated VE Schwab book that I've ever read. You know, again, it wasn't a bad book. It just wasn't for me. I think if I had read it when it first came out, I probably would have liked it a lot more, but I didn't do that. So here we are now. Yeah, I don't think I really have much more to say about it, to be honest. It was very much a mid book, so it's hard to kind of think of things that are interesting to say about it, aside from the little bit that I've already said. But So I think I'm just going to leave that there and move on. And with that, that'll wrap up episode 4 of Backlist Bash. So just to wrap everything up real quick, this round of Backlist Bash, I read Under the Whispering Door, which I gave a 4.5 star to, and this was a 2-point book. I read Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri, which was also a 2-point book, and I gave that one 4 stars. And then was the Strangeworld Travel Agency by L.D. Lapinski, which I gave 3.5 stars to, and that was also 2 points. And then finally, The Archived by VE Schwab, 3.5 stars and 2 points. So overall, pretty good month. Didn't get to a prize, but that is okay. I still read some great books and made some good progress in getting all those old books off my TBR. So that'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching Backlist Bash. I appreciate you coming back and watching more. And again, I'll leave the link to the playlist down below in case this is your first time watching this. And yeah, that'll do it. So I'll catch you guys later on.